We're going to begin with a major new development in the conflict in Gaza. Israel says it has now entered the besieged Al-Shifa hospital complex with what it's calling targeted raids against Hamas. Thousands of civilians are trapped inside, but according to Israel and the U.S., Hamas is using this facility to hide a major command center. Hamas and the doctors deny that. Ramy Inocencio is in Tel Aviv with the latest on these attacks. Ramy, good morning to you.
Gayle, good morning to you. Yes, and that Israeli military operation is still ongoing. A senior Israeli defense official tells us that they have now found evidence of weapons and concrete evidence that Hamas is using Al-Shifa as a headquarters, also that they've killed at least 4 Hamas militants.
For nearly 2 weeks, Israel's military has made its case to the world for targeting Al-Shifa. Now they are inside, says Colonel Richard Hecht, Israel's military spokesman.
When we entered the hospital, there was a small engagement with gunmen, with Hamas gunmen.
What happened there?
There was engagement of fire. We exchanged fires, and that's all I can say at this point.
The White House says it doesn't support a firefight.
There was no patients harmed. We only responded to an engagement when we entered. It was outside of the hospital.
Israel claims a Hamas command center lies beneath, which newly declassified U.S. intelligence supports. Claims Hamas denies.
We had intelligence on to take care of potential Hamas infrastructure inside the hospital. We're not capturing the hospital or overtaking the hospital.
More than 2,000 people are still believed to be inside, says the World Health Organization, including dozens of newborns. The IDF says they've cleared an evacuation route. With all hospitals in the north now not functioning except one, medics and families are at a breaking point. 4-year-old Ahmad Shabbat's home was destroyed in an Israeli airstrike, said his uncle, killing 17 members of his family. He moved south where another strike hit. Doctors had to amputate both his legs.
Where are evacuees supposed to go after fleeing Al-Shifa?
They basically have to move south.
It's the south isn't safe either.
Where we see terrorists, will attack terrorists. This is their Hamas's responsibility. They are hiding and acting within their civilian population.
And Colonel Hecht says that the Israel Defense Forces has killed at least 1,000 Hamas militants inside Gaza after October 7th. He says they're doing all they can to try to avert civilian casualties, even aborting strikes if they see a lot of children. But he told me, a quote, "We are trying to kill as many terrorists as we can." Nate.
Can't help but to think about those civilian lives, especially those children. Ramy Inocencio in Tel Aviv, thank you.